This Python example is trying to show how to use functions in Python. What is the result of running this Python code? The idea is there are some number of errors in this sample Python code. We want to identify them and also understand how to use function in a simple example. So in this sample code, we are trying to call a function that we define with bunch of arguments, and the definition of function is here. So we are defining that function. There are some number of errors that we need to identify, and then idea is when we run this function, there are number of arguments that is expected. The length of an argument d is computed, and then we are trying to say if the length is equal to 10, then we desire the output to be printed too many arguments. Otherwise, if the length is not empty, then we want to print variable d holds some number of items. Okay, so if we run this, we immediately see that there is a complaint about an issue and there is a syntax error. We can see that definition of function is missing something, and that is the need for colon at the end of the definition of function. So if we run again, there is another complaint for syntax error. And that makes sense because here for the if argument, it's a logical comparison, it's not an assignment. So we need to use the comparison operator. So if we rerun again, there is another complaint, and that is correct because when we have if statement, it needs to finish by having a colon at the end of it. So run again, we have another complaint. We don't have else if this way in Python. So instead of that, we have elif. Run again, so now it successfully run. In this case, what happens is there are these 11 arguments, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 at the input of the function. Function takes specifically argument A as the first element 0, and B as the second element 1, and C as the third term 2, and then rest of them are assigned to input argument or variable D. And we can see that the length of it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's why it's not 10. So this expression here not satisfied. We move to the next one because the length is not empty. It's going to print variable d holds length is going to 8 is 8, so it's going to say variable d holds 8 items, and that's why it is printed. In case we add 2 more items, then we can see that because aside from the first 3 variable, the remaining ones that are assigned to d are now 10. So we satisfy this first requirement here, if condition, so it's going to print too many arguments. Hope this illustration of function in Python is insightful.